join our little conversation. Yeah, live chat, that's what we want. G'day guys and girls, it's Captain Carter. Welcome to a random, absolutely planned live video, as you can probably tell. Because this is actually on the iPad for a change, not on my phone. Why is it on the iPad, you say? The reason it's on the iPad, and I'm about to show you is the reason why, is because I've been sitting at the distribution centre I'm sitting at for about 2 hours now, because I can't go in for at least another half hour at the minimum. So I'm going to kill some time, and I'm going to have a chat with you guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to just post around the place to say that we're live. And if you are in chat and you are watching this either now or when you're actually watching the replay of this, leave a comment, leave a comment, and subscribe. Very, very important. Let's see if we can get anyone in here, eh? So yeah, I've been sitting here for, oh goodness gracious me, what, yeah, 2 hours now. I still can't go for another hour, at least another half hour to an hour, which I don't particularly enjoy, but kind of don't have a choice in the matter. So yeah, been sitting here for about an hour, and I'm going to get as comfortable as I possibly can, so I can chat with you guys. Yeah, sitting here for 2 hours, 6 a.m. time slots. So I started at 5:30 this morning, and went and got my trailers and drove over here, the 15 minutes to back down the road. Unbuckled everything, went and checked in. Oh, you're not booked in till 11. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm booked in at 6. It's like, I wouldn't be here at 6 if I was booked in at 11. I'd be here at 11 if I was booked in at 11. Yeah, no, this customer doesn't work like that. And I'm not going to tell you the customer because that would be bad of me, but I won't, and I'm not going to do that. So, what we're going to talk about instead, let's have a little chat about what's coming up. Now, I would have had a video coming out today, as more trucks rock up around me. I would have had a video coming out today. Only problem with that was the fact that I couldn't actually get the video finished last night. I was recording for about an hour, which is far longer than I usually record for. I usually record for about 20-25 minutes, and then I'll go in and edit it. But last night's video, by the time I finished recording, it was 10:30. By the time I would have edited it and rendered, that's about another hour. Probably maybe 45 minutes, but by that time it's 11:15, and I was up at like 4:45 this morning to go to work. So unfortunately, no video today. What that does mean, however, is that there will be a video tomorrow and Friday. It's not, I'll freely say now, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. We spend about 40 minutes completely rebuilding the Redfern train station, because as you've probably seen, and leave a comment below if you have actually seen it, if you've been watching the episodes in any sort of chronological order, you will have seen that the rail traffic between Redfern and Central has been absolutely hellish on delaying trains left, right and centre, because we forced about 4 or 5 lines to condense basically into 2 lines going in and 2 lines going back out. And with the amount of trains that we're running, keeping in mind we've got like 16 trains on the Waverley route, I can't keep up that kind of put through of trains on that little amount of network. Now, pardon me, what I do eventually want to do is I do want to try and maybe get some sort of like some flying junction sort of things going, so that I can actually get all the tracks onto the right side. And someone did mention this in the comments the other day, actually mentioning about trying to make it as realistic as possible. The only problem with trying to make it as realistic as possible is it would get awfully boring awfully quickly, and the reason for that is because the Sydney rail network sucks. Like, it absolutely blows, and it's not fun for anyone. So if I made it completely realistic, you'd just be seeing trains stopped everywhere, which, to be all that genuine, isn't that far away from what's already going on. So yeah, there's that. Cold Waters, at this stage, unless I have people asking for it, I will more than likely leave Cold Waters off the bill. It doesn't get... How do I want to explain Cold Waters? It's a game I really, really enjoy. I love playing Cold Waters. It's fun. However, it gets awfully and keeping in mind, I am playing everything on elite difficulty. Like, I'm not sort of giving up on like low difficulty or anything like that. It is an awfully difficult game to keep motivated on, especially if you keep losing, or if they force me into shallow water. We lost the Seawolf, which was my ticket to actually winning in shallow water operations. In deep water, it works astoundingly well, but it works better in shallow water, because when you compare it alongside the Los Angeles that we currently got, the Los Angeles just doesn't sort of fit the bill anymore. So yeah, there's that. That's it. It's unfortunate, and it sort of gets disheartening a little bit, because it's a game that I really enjoy, but it's a game that also takes a very large amount of patience. And unfortunately for me, patience is something I do not have in spades. I am a relatively patient person. Oh my god, my hair's going all weird. I am a person, believe it or not. I don't know. It just gets me. Oh, that's why we have one, because everyone's doing stuff. I think I'll find it's because someone's actually streaming. Is someone streaming? No, they're not. Okay. I just thought quite a few more people would be here. Fair enough then. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know why we're I don't know why we've got no one here. Where is everyone? That's all right. So yeah, that will be... It may return. I do realise that's what quite a few people have subscribed for. However, I am happy to bring it back. But I've just got to find my mojo with the game again. It's a difficult game that once you lose that will, it becomes very, very difficult to grab that will back. In terms of weekend streaming, I was planning on streaming last weekend. I was actually up at 4:45 again to actually join in the chat for the Colonel's Minecraft stream, which was a ton of fun to just be sort of a part of in the background. I try to get involved in just about all the Colonel streams that I can, but unfortunately some of them are just games that I don't play. Minecraft being one of them. I don't play Minecraft. I've never been a Minecraft person, but I'll happily play 7 Days to Die. The reason I want to play 7 Days to Die is because of the inherent risk. That's my excuse. So that was cool, and all I was actually trying to do, because I've actually been getting back into flying online recently. I actually really enjoy flying on the computer, and yeah, I was actually intending on actually getting airborne and then just watching the stream while my plane was cruising. Unfortunately, by the time I actually got the simulator to work again, he was literally just finishing the stream, and I was literally just starting to leave on that trip. So unfortunately, last weekend's stream was going to be Transport Fever again, because we had a relatively good following for that. If you want to see more of that, if you want to see more Transport Fever live streams, let me know. I will, again, very happy to stream it. If you want it to be a different series to the YouTube series, I'm cool with that too. But we'll see how that goes. In terms of the streaming schedule for this weekend, I will not be streaming... At this stage, I'm not streaming Sunday morning. That's my plan. What I'm instead going to do is I'm actually going to stream a little bit on Friday night, and probably going to be looking at about... let's say, hopefully, anytime between 6 and 8 on Friday night. I will be streaming. What we're going to do is, I've actually got a fairly big flight coming up with the virtual airline that I'm part of, and we're going to be taking a 747 from Sydney all the way to Dallas, in Texas. Big flight, currently flown by Qantas in an A380. We're going to be flying the Qantas route, but we're not going to be flying an A380 because I don't like them. We're going to be flying a 747. It's literally on the limit of the range of the aircraft, and I've already sort of tested it around. It will make it, theoretically, as long as the weather doesn't turn shite. Oh, the wind's picking up, so that's just nice. It's going to be 30 odd degrees here today, and I'm really not looking forward to it. So yeah, we're going to stream the departure and the climb up and a little bit of the cruise on Saturday night. I'm then going to leave it running overnight, turn the stream off, obviously. And then Saturday morning, probably again around, how many fucking hours is that flight supposed to be? I'm going to have to look that up now, because we need to plan this. There will be a video going out tonight alerting you of the times. Those times may change, so if you want to keep on top of that, I suggest you follow me on Twitch. There will also be a video that will go live on the channel when I start streaming, so make sure you smash that bell icon next to the subscription button. That's also crucially important. What am I doing? Virtual is what I'm doing. So yeah, that's that. And then on the Saturday morning, whatever time we end up trying to land, which will be approximately, almost sort of playing up there. There we go, that one there. What's that one? Show me that one. No. No. God damn it. Sorry guys. Bear with me. This is what happens when a wild Captain Carter tries to do something. My next flight is that. I'm aware that that's the next frickin' flight. Hey! Look, everyone. Vec's here. We have a person. Hi, Vec. How are you, Vec? What am I looking for? Fine. I'll manually search for it, you stupid website. Close. Close. There we go. Hey, there goes another pieces. Bastard. And I'll guarantee you he's got chips as well. You was alive! I am too. I've only been here for like 2.25 hours, and I'm definitely alive. I really don't want to be, but... Oh, look, yeah, they used to fly. Okay, there you go. It's under Review Virtual Classic. I should probably fucking book that one. It's a 4-day-hour flight, although 15:45 if you're in a 747, that makes absolutely zero sense, but cool beans. So what, if we did... So if we started at about, let's say, hopefully 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock Friday night, it's going to be about 10 or 11 o'clock Saturday morning is when we'll be touching back down. And then we'll do that. So on Saturday morning, there'll be a stream about 10 to 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. There'll be the stream of us landing in, what's the caper I'm discussing? Caper we're discussing at the moment, and why is that? Oh yeah, all messages visible. I'm just talking about the weekend stream coming up. I would normally just fill everyone in that is jumping in now. I won't be streaming Sunday morning because the whiff is off from work, and we're going to go for a little drive down south, go to the beach more than likely. It's going to be a relatively warm day, unless it's raining, in which case we'll go to Canberra. I'll be streaming on Friday night because I won't be able to stream Sunday morning. So Friday night, which will be Friday morning for the wonderful people of the UK and Europe. And yes, it will be. Yeah, that sounds about right. And that'll be flying a, well, it won't be flying, but it will be virtually flying a 747 from Sydney to Dallas in Texas. That will be the takeoff, the climb out, and the initial cruise. I will then go to sleep, more than likely a little bit later, and then Saturday morning, probably late morning, the stream will kick back in. We'll descend, we'll land, and then we'll probably do some transport feverage afterwards. And to sum up for everyone else, the reason there's no transport fever today, and you've got my lovely ugly mug instead, is because I simply ran out of time last night. It was 10:30 before I stopped recording, and I was like, crap, I need to be in bed in like half an hour, so I have an early start. And yeah, there's that. Yes, beverage. And again, to top anyone else off that to sum sort of things up for people, Cold Waters will most likely not be making a return unless people ask for it. If I have enough people ask for it, I will bring Cold Waters back. However, at the moment, I have lost a little bit of my mojo with that game, which is unfortunate because it's a good game and I really do enjoy playing it. But I just haven't got the energy to keep up with it. It's struggling. I'm struggling with it, and I shouldn't be struggling. It's a fun game. Yeah, it is good. It has its moments, but it could be far better. That's a love drink. I've already been here for 2 fucking hours. Might as well spend a little bit more time here anyway. Pepsi. So yeah, that's that. How are you, Vec? How are you, everyone else? If you're here and you're watching, smash that like button. If you're watching this after the fact, smash the like button anyway and leave a comment. And tell me how you are. That's the important question. How are you as a viewer? By the way, thank you to the, my gosh, what's it been now? 20-something odd subscribers in about the last 4 days. Thank you very much for finding my channel. Thank you very much for smashing that subscribe button. It's been an excellent little roller coaster. I think we're sitting on 396 subs, guys. We're almost at 400. We're almost there. I can smell it. We're that close. I can smell it. And the next big milestone is going to be 500. 500 subs, people. If we can get 500 subs, I'm going to be a very happy chappy. I'm going to move that just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, if we can get 500 subs, I will be ecstatic. If we can then double that and make it 1,000, I'll be even happier. From Sweden, live in my sofa. Welcome, Sweden. Welcome, Peter. Thank you for joining the random live stream. That was totally unplanned, as you can tell. Totally unplanned, because I would normally live stream from my desk. But unfortunately, I'm in my other desk at the moment. I'm in my day job. And I still can't go in yet. Christ almighty. But, them's the breaks. I'll fill you guys in because I can. And because the people watching this from the start already know the reason. I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 8:22. Yeah, so I've been here for 2.5 hours already. Basically because I was told, yeah, there's really no reason to come back. You might as well just stay there and unload it. Sitting behind me, although I'm not coupled to it. Anyway, I'll even show you guys here. See, look there. See, look, not coupled, because you can barely see my turntable, just back there. Yeah, I went down the road to the local Mickey D's. I went to McDonald's. I've had my breakfast. And yeah, I've had nothing much to do, so I haven't even repinned my trailers yet because I really couldn't be bothered at the moment. So I'm going to do that shortly-ish when they eventually ring me and say, hey, Captain, come on in. Obviously they won't say Captain, they'll say my name. And for those of you, well, if you don't know my name already, seriously, there's enough stuff, I've said it enough times, and there's enough stuff, like, I don't even know why I write it, there you go. It's Natan, as you can see, it's Natan, it's actually not Natan, it's Nathan, but yeah, you know. The magical miracle of mirrory stuff makes my name look backwards. Although it's not backwards, it's the right way around. I may be down under, we may do things backwards, but my name is not backwards. See? Sponsored by Pepsi and McDonald's. Well, if you count sponsoring as me paying them to give me products, yes. Me? Sponsored? You must be kidding. So yeah, I've got 34 pallets of chips in my trailers behind me, which I can't go and unload yet because they have like 4 other trucks that need to come in that all need the higher docks that I need as well. And here's the beautiful part. My time slot was 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 a.m. slot, remember that. So I get here, I check in at exactly 6 a.m. Chips, as in, yeah, crisps. Yeah, sorry, we Australians call crisps, if you're from the UK or Europe, we call them chips. That's what we do. I think the Americans call them chips as well, come to think of it. And welcome to the new viewers as well. I can see you. If you don't think I can see you, if you think you can just see me, no. You're wrong. I can see you too. If you're here, smash that like button, because the like button's always a cool button to press. You see a little blue thumb up, come up, and it's like, yeah, I like this video. Why 396? See, there we go. See, Sweden's onto it. They got it right. Peter Burrell doesn't sound exactly like a very Swedish name. Are you an imposter? I was a kid. I remember everyone sort of mocking me about that when my Steam account got hacked a little while ago, and wondering whether I was actually the real person or not. Chips are fried potatoes in the UK. Fried potatoes? I'm going to go to a corner store and ask for a bag of fried potatoes? No. Look. These are chips. It is really for some... Okay, well, there you go. That answers my question. See, I'm learning things every day. See, these here are chips. These are Smiths. These are original. Lovely. I love original chips. I love plain. Don't ask me why. I know. To be fair, yes, I know they're deep fried potatoes. Doesn't forgive the fact that we call them chips. Reasonably nice looking stuff. Well, it's not reasonably nice looking, but it's considerably noisier than mine. And at least he's got a bunk, which means he can lie down. I have no such luxury. As you can see, the luxuries of my cab extend to literally about 6 inches behind me. That's my luxury. 2 seats, a fridge, and a dashboard. And oh my god, freaking lack of sleep last night started to kick in. Oh, there we go. How is everyone? Now I'm going to talk about all of you fine people. All you 396 subscribers. And I love every single one of you. Because you're awesome, because you obviously enjoy what I do. Yeah. On a side note, pardon me. Wow. That'll be my strawberry shake and my breakfast, not agreeing with Pepsi Max. But I don't care. Can you like stop making noise? Like seriously? I think it's peak hour here. It's not really peak hour. I think it's peak hour for all the deliveries going back out. Sunshade. Stop. Good sunshade. What else I can talk about? Oh, that's right. Now the Colonel and me are looking at doing another little piece, and we're also going to be trying to look at. And this is obviously, well, there's not really any confidence. I mean, I really can't tell you. Hey, keep your secret. We're also looking to do a collab with someone else. That's the plan. Think along the lines of Spin Tires Mud Runner crossed with Top Gear, but not the new Top Gear. Not that. That's not Top Gear. That's fake news. That show, that's fake news. There's one Top Gear. One. And it will be forever immortalised as the Top Gear. Let's just admit it. Yeah, we're looking at doing a collab in that, and we also wanted to redo wrestling again. If you watched the wrestling video, we think it was good. Could have been better. Could have been far better. And a lot of people sort of got the joke that it was probably the jankiest wrestling game you could probably find on Steam. And he's alluded to it in lieu of the he's alluded to it in reduced a couple at least once. We actually recorded our audios completely separately, so we had no cues from the other person as to what they were saying or how they were saying it. So instead, we just went sort of ad lib, and just completely off the bat, sort of recorded audio directly over the top of the footage, and it turned out really, really well. I rather enjoyed it, and we got a nice little subscriber boost from that too. Another thing I've been looking at doing, because it seems to be working for the Colonel, and I want to see if it'll work for me too. I'm going to change up. I'm going to see if I can change up the end screen, the end slate at the end of my videos a little bit. I want to put more of my face out there. Why? Because it appears to be working for someone else, so might as well give it a go. Can't hurt, can't do anything negative. Can only be a positive, right? And are you guys enjoying, those of you that are now watching, or if you're watching this after the fact, are you enjoying Transport Fever? Tell me truthfully, are you enjoying it? Do I need to make it better? What do I need to do in order to make it better? I think we'll just end up streaming for half an hour and just, call it at that. Unless I get a phone call very, very soon that says, pack my bags, go inside quickly. Quickly, there's no time. As we watch the Bon Accord from Bairnsdale, he's weighing his trailers off. You can probably hear the truck. He's a fridge van. He's weighing off at the moment. Got any new live chat messages? When my chat viewing options window goes away. City map is really nice. I do like the map. The only thing I don't like about it is the scale. And I should have realised that far early in the piece. It was going to be far harder to actually work that map in. There's another really good map actually made by one of the subscribers who also did who did the Red Rattler. He's also done the C-38s as well for the game. He's actually got a proper Sydney map which goes like all the way, like from Sydney all the way out to the base of the Blue Mountains pretty much. And that looks like actually a really, really cool map. And I actually want to get my hands on it and playing around with. For streaming and recording, that is, yeah. I agree, I would like there to be an end game, but the only problem is it would then become too, I suppose, railroad tycoon-y, I suppose is maybe the term I'm going for, or transport tycoon. It'd turn into too much of that if you had an end game, whereas basically it being gigantic sandbox and no limit. I like it. I really do like it. I actually have quite a lot of fun playing it too. I'm going to quickly move you guys because I need to adjust my sunshade because at the moment I can't see. Well, I can see, I just can't see very bloody well. There's another fridge van going in. Let's do that. Sorry, you're watching me, yeah. Little tree. New car scent. Doesn't smell very new car scenty anymore. No, smell's gone. Which means they need to be changed. I had to put those in because the last driver, well, one of the last drivers I had in here smoked really, really badly. And I'm not a fan of smokers, unfortunately. Let's do... Yeah, that works. I'm happy with it. Oh, that's a bit better. Now I'm actually covered by... I'm actually covering the sun. I'm not hiding from it. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I've really got nothing else to talk about. I mean, I've managed to BS my way through 28 minutes and 52 seconds, which is amazing because I normally can't BS my way through about 5 minutes worth of footage. So, yeah, I've got really nothing much else to say, unless someone else had... okay, even better, let's turn it into a Q&A. Have you got a question? Have you got something you'd like to ask me? Have you got a... or if you've got anything you'd like to say, you can turn around and go, Captain, you're a jackass. Not a problem. Nexus Gaming is here. G'day, Nexus, how are you? Yeah, let's set it into question time. Question time! It's question time! Ask me your questions, I will answer them. I get in trouble from the wife if I sing. Especially if she hears me singing on stream. She really doesn't like it. Yep, there we go. See? I'm a jackass. See? Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Nexus, how are you enjoying the channel? You tell me. Let's all be honest with each other. How am I enjoying the channel? It should be the more important question. I'm loving it. 4 more subs, people, is all we need. 4 more bloody subs, and we're at 400 subs, which is absolutely phenomenal. I think this time last year, I think we were at 100 this time last year. I'd have to go back and double check. Have I really been doing this for a year? Holy crap. That's actually something I'm going to have to look at. If you've joined us, by the way, because I've now seen our viewer count has jumped back up again, don't forget to smash that do more ETS and ATS. Thank you for actually raising that, because the Colonel made a good point to me the other day when we were having a little chat. Major Magnet is also here. Welcome, Major Magnet. How are you today? Colonel made mention of something really, really good, because if you haven't checked out any of my ATS streams before, I actually modified my my Logitech G27. Yes, G27. I actually modified my G27 with a real truck steering wheel, like 100% legit real wheel, which makes driving a crap ton better. Suggestion was to actually do a video on that wheel, and to also then do some more videos on truck sim games. Obviously, because I have the expertise. I mean, hello, I'm a freaking truck driver by trade. Okay, the expertise is there, which is why we want to do a little collab on Spin Tires Mud Runner. But that's beside the point. YouTube's, where are we? No. Channel, damn you. That's the only problem I've got with YouTube Studio, is it doesn't update. Oh my god, we're at 397. Holy crap. 3 more subs, people, and we hit 400. 103 more subs and we hit 500. And there's another live video. There will be another big video. Oh, hello. K200, Fridge Vans. Good on you. Real truck. I suppose we should mention goals here, other than, yes, ATS will be making a comeback. I have not gotten the Oregon DLC yet. Mainly because I've been very self-absorbed with flying at the moment. Alright, Peter, you have yourself a good night. I know it's probably fairly early over there in Sweden. So you go get some kit, my good man, and I will chat to you later. Also, FYI, if any of you are not on the Captain Carter Discord, the link will be down in all of my normal videos. Go and check out the Discords. I'm on there every single day. Only 9:40 PM in the UK, there you go. Yeah, there's my studio decked out like a truck. If it was, my study would be too much like my work, and my wife would kill me. That's putting it lightly. No, my studio currently is a set of trailers sitting behind me, which I haven't even pinned back onto yet because I really couldn't be bothered. Until such time as I actually get a phone call saying go in. To keep all of you apprised, I've been sitting here now for 2 hours and 40 minutes. No, 2 hours and 50. I've been here for nearly 3 hours. Because they won't let me in yet, because there's other trucks ahead of me that haven't arrived yet. Go work that out. Hoping for Captain's Crew, Bad Company Truckers MP. Yes, that will be a thing. The only reason I don't live stream ATS, and especially multiplayer, actually it's not really ATS, the ATS isn't the problem, it's the multiplayer. But as a filling in, internet bandwidth here in Australia sucks. Like the rest of the modern developed world gets like 100 megabit upload and all this sort of stuff. Alright, my current internet plan allows for 2 megabit upload. That much. 2 megabits. Okay, now in streaming terms, that means I can do barely, and I say this, barely 720p on a stream. You get 0.3 of a megabit? What? Wow. That's amazeballs. My phone usually gets 10 megabit. We will eventually get 10. There's places in the continental United States where I know they have like 100 megabit upload. That'd be nice. We're 7 down. That's it. Wow. Christ. I thought my freaking 2 up was crap. You've just made me look like a complete jackass. Sorry, I'm trying to find an app. Speed test. Right, now mobile data, this thing, relatively good. There you go. Alright, that's mobile down. That's 4G. Now, keeping in mind, guys, this is on my phone. This isn't my home internet, okay? And that's the upload. Look at that. Get a load of them apples. Test is over. Final score. 182 down, 33.9 up. On my phone. Now, by comparison, my current home internet plan, which should be coming around probably in the beginning of next month, will allow me 50 down and 2 up. That's it. When the national broadband network eventually makes its way to my house, in I think it's up to July next year it's going to take, I will be able to get 100 down, and I think 20 up is the plan. Now, 20 up is going to make my life living so much easier. At the moment, a 20-minute video for YouTube, which averages about, usually about 3 gigabytes. Most times I leave the computer running overnight to upload, and there have been a couple of mornings where at 5:30 in the morning, and I started at 11 o'clock at night, keeping in mind, 6.5 hours later, it still hasn't finished uploading. A 3 gig file. For whatever reason, my internet overnight shits itself completely and just goes, no, I'm not going to let you upload this, screw you, I'm going to go down to the minimum possible speed. And I'm talking home, 50. 50 will be my new plan, will be 50 down, but only 2 up, which for a 3 gigabyte file upload will take still hours. And that's cable. That's cable internet. It's not even phone line. That's not even ADSL. That's cable. I'm talking fiber cable. What is it now? I've gone from a 30 megabit plan to a 50 megabit plan, because my 30 megabit plan we signed up for back in 2015. No, 2014 actually. That's how long it's been since I changed it. Oh, there goes another fridge van. So yeah, crap. Oh yeah, my downloads are perfectly fine. I have no problem with my download. My upload is where I struggle, because it means that at best on Twitch I may be able to get 720p upload. I may be able to stream at 720p, and that's a game that I can't. That isn't multiplayer. You start factoring in multiplayer, you start factoring in voice comms, you start factoring in other players, rendering other stuff. It just, you can forget it. It'll push it down to about maybe 480p if it's lucky, maybe 360, and that's just not worth it. Considering the fact that the developed world, most of, because I've seen some of your examples now. Oh wow, my god, 30 minutes. I'd love for that. 30 minutes to upload a 20-minute video. Actually, I do get that over at the in-laws place. They get 15 up. So I can go over there and upload, because it only takes half hour, 40 minutes tops. Done, sorted. Problem is, I've then got to go over there every single day to go upload, and I really couldn't be bothered. If I was going to do it any which way, I would probably want to try and pre-record the week in advance, go over there on the weekend, and just plug in a USB and just let it upload, because it'll take maybe an hour, 2 hours. But that's then a lot of prep work on top of already trying to do it during the week. And as you've seen today, because there's no transport further out today, that's very, very, very difficult. But yeah, keeping in mind as well, that speed test I just did on my phone, okay, because this is currently hotspotting to the tablet. So that's still uploading and sort of downloading at the same time, and that's the speed I'm getting on my phone. And for whatever reason, I get that speed here, but if I go back home, I'd get a quarter of that. Yeah, I know it's changing picture quality for multiplayer World of Warships. Yes. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the difference between recording and then uploading in 1080p and streaming at maybe 480p. And I also think that's probably another reason why there are probably so few popular Australian streamers. And this is actually another thing I'm going to get onto, because I found this very, very interesting. And the interesting thing is this. Go to Twitch, and I can probably guarantee you, unless the person is stupid famous, what are my specs? Sorry, a little bit more subtext there. I don't quite know which one you're talking about there. But go to Twitch, go to any of the live channels, or go to any particular game, PC. All right, I'll get to that in a sec. Go and look up how many followers female streamers get compared to males. Guarantee it. Go and have a look. You will be shocked and you will be surprised. The amount of times that I have seen, and I'm not being... Okay, touchy subject. Okay, let's face it. Yes, there are women, and I'm going to say women. I'm not going to say girls. There are women. Sorry, I'm just going to fix my tablet because it's sliding out of the holder. There are women who do play games. My wife is one of them. Okay, she's got a gaming computer. She's got a gaming laptop that is probably just a couple of shades lower down in specs than what my gaming desktop is, and my gaming desktop cost about another $1,500 on top of her laptop. So they are out there, and I can guarantee you, if you're looking at any game being streamed right now, actually, let's do this as a live comparison. Not being sexist, I'm only going to push the facts. Who's the first streamer a male is going to go watch? You can answer that question. So let's go to Discover. No, browse. Rightio. Number one streamed game at the moment in Australia is Fortnite. There are 283,000 viewers. Let's go to Fortnite and let's have a look. Okay, other than the stupidly... Close that window because it's a bit too loud out there. Thanks to the Finimals. Is there any new chat that I haven't seen? Of course, now all of my research does not point to anything being any different. Okay, the top streamers all at the moment are pretty much all males. Yep. Okay. So I was wrong on that account. All right, Red Dead Redemption. Obviously, I don't know unless I actually see... Yep, there's one girl. Okay, probably not the time, honestly, to be watching, because it's daytime here in Australia, and usually the night time is when you see them all coming out. Yep, there's another one. 2,400 viewers. Add a filter. Show me why. No. Show live channels. Yes. Problem is, it's not showing me in terms of viewer order, which is really irritating. Yeah, that's irritating. That's probably the reason why I don't use Twitch on the phone, because it really changes. Alright. Add filter. Let's just go English speaking because English. There we go. 2,000 viewers, 1,600. That only takes one video to buy up. Yeah, that's true. You know, and I'm not saying that's not the case. Okay. So there is someone who I'm assuming is male, and there is someone who is female. Same game, camera, focus. Double the viewers. True story, bro. League of Legends. Right, let's check out League of Legends, and we've already got the English filter in there. Okay. Top streamer. 14,000 viewers, League of Legends. Female. And I think that actually then actually sort of puts into perspective Shroud playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Of course, he's going to have 34,000 viewers. Dr. Disrespect 17,000 makes sense. Yeah, unless you're a gigantic freaking name. We've pretty much then confirmed. Essentially, and I apologise to any of the females, but boobs equals viewers and subs. Don't know why. Apparently they do. And I think this is now getting into deep philosophical territory. And I think that sort of goes back down to the sort of yeah. Why do you go watch a female streamer? Unless you know them. Because they're female. Because, hey, she's playing a video game. That's hot. I'm going to go watch her. Then it kind of gets stalkery and weird after that. But, I've been guilty of doing the same thing. Why? Because I want to see what makes them so successful. And they do everything right. And that's the really annoying thing as well, is unless you're absolutely thick, you can't work out. Well, I know. Okay, it's not 100% fair, and I agree. I agree with you there. It's not. Legitimately, some of them are playing the game, but and that's also the other thing too, and I'm going to hark back to that in a second. It's not just because of that, but I would almost like to put money on it. It would be because they're female. $85% of the reason, I would say. Yeah, I'd agree with that. And that's the thing, is if anyone knows anything about me, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I will go straight to the point. A lot of males watch female streamers because, hey, she's cute, I'm going to watch her play this game. And that's the reason. It's baked into the DNA. And as much as the current climate of equal opportunities and all that sort of thing, putting that all aside because that gets way too political depending on what side of the pond you're on. That's the primary reason. And it's not because, and I'm not saying it's because males view females as only being, one thing. They're not. I'm the first person to admit there are women out there that can probably do my job far better than I can. Have I met them yet? No. Will I probably meet them in the future? Maybe. But I'm not doubting the fact that there is someone out there, or there are people out there, and there are females out there that can do the job better than me. Yeah, depends if they're all known in other places. Yeah, I agree with that. You look at the top Australian streamers, usually on Australian nights, I could probably guarantee you that the top 75% of them, girls. Females, young, in the age bracket anywhere between about 20 and 30. 100% guarantee it. Why do I know that? Because I follow them, and I occasionally go into their streams from time to time. I also... There we go. There we go. Because they hear the voice, and then they want to see them, and it's not anything, and I'm not inciting that anything wrong then goes on, but that's the first thing they all come to see. They hear the voice, and then they go, oh, I want to see your face, I want to see what you look like. And I think that then harks back to it's then more difficult for a male streamer to then actually get noticed, because you don't get noticed for the cute factor. You get noticed for skill, or the interaction with the audience, that sort of thing. So that's something I try to do in every single stream. I'm doing it right now. I'm interacting with people. You know, someone rocks up and they say hi. I always say hi back. I always say, g'day, how are you? You know, and I'm not saying that these people don't, but it happens. It definitely happens. And it actually gets kind of irritating, because then it becomes far more difficult for very small tadpoles in very large oceans like myself to then get noticed. Because $3,000 followers and a female, and had to actually put in a bot to actually auto answer the question. We're not seeing a connection here at all, are we? It'll happen, and I agree. It will eventually happen. And I'm not inciting or implying that it should happen overnight. It won't. And that's something with YouTube as well that I have thoroughly acknowledged. It will not be a quick thing. It's already taken me a year to get 400 subs. And we started with about 40 odd. And that's the other thing too. You know, you see a group of male people flock to a female streamer. It becomes creepy. Why? Because of course you're there to see a girl play a video game. Why? Because it goes against the common line of males play video games. Boys play video games. Girls don't play video games. They play with Barbie dolls in houses. This is what I mean. You know, it is against the norm for a female to be playing male games, to be doing male things. Again, that also then sort of harkens back to the whole thing happening with the female side of society at the moment, in that females want to be recognised for being able to do exactly what men do. Can you like stop fucking making noise? Yeah, that'd be nice. Thanks. Bloody Horton fans screaming along on your Kenworth. And yeah, see, that's the thing too. You know, females want to be recognised for being able to do all the same things males do. And then they'll turn around when all the unwanted attention starts coming around, and then they'll start crying foul. There's a cosplayer that I follow on Instagram, and she's gone in the space of probably about, what did she start with? I think she started with about 1,000 or 2,000 followers on Instagram, and in the space of a month she's at 9,000. I wonder why. Yep. Yeah, see, I've gone against that grain. Thankfully, I've had no DCMA takedowns yet. Mainly because I use free music. The only times I use normal music is at the beginning of a stream, because I've had a couple of videos that have had audio pulled from them because of that very reason. And yeah, exactly as Sorry, I'm just going to bring up chat again because chat box disappeared. I don't know why. I wish there was a button, seriously, because I've got chat viewing options. Top chat, live chat, and none. Live chat, all messages are visible. That's fine. I want them visible on my damn screen. Nexus, yes, you pointed it out quite clearly. And quite accurately too. First 100 is the hardest part, then the first 1,000. I 100% agree. The first 100 was the hardest freaking 100 subs I fucking got. It was the absolute hardest grind I think I've ever had to do in my life for anything. You know, you know, building my house, getting my house organized and everything was easier than getting the first 100 subscribers. That was the hardest part. And I knew, and I still know, that as soon as I stop, if I don't upload for a week, I go backwards. And I know that happens because I've done it. I've done it more than once, unfortunately. You know, I unfortunately also have a wife who's also heavily pregnant, so I can't spend all the time I'd like to spend in front of the computer. If I took a week off work right now, I can guarantee you the first thing I'll be doing, I'll be streaming every single day. Why? Because I can interact with you people. And that's exactly what I enjoy doing. I enjoy interacting with you guys in chat. I enjoy having a conversation with people. I love to talk. Hell, I've BS'd my way through 56 minutes and 47 seconds, and this was only supposed to be about a 10-minute live stream. Yeah, oh, that's right. So yeah, you know, I would be streaming every single day. Why? Because streaming, that's about also the only way you're actually going to get big on Twitch is, one, you have boobs. Sorry, ladies. Or two, you stream constantly. I go back into making videos, I think I'm going to save every 4th or 5th one in a rainy day as well. Yeah, see, that'd be an idea, and that was my initial plan. I always wanted to be ahead of the curve. I wanted to have all of the next week's videos done, recorded, and uploaded the weekend before. So that anything I was doing during that week, I was actually pre-recording for the very next week. Everything was already coming out. I knew what was coming out when. And that's why, and I still haven't changed the channel banner. I think remind yourself to do that when you get home. Don't want to hard times to reduce for Twitch and less strict about copyright. I have had music pulled from streams. I've had streams go with no audio, unfortunately, because of music. It will happen. They will gratch for it, but yeah. And see, that's almost the same with mine. That's why I only stream once a week. It's because my current interconnection, unless I use my phone, I can barely stream with that. Like, it's barely good enough even for Twitch standards. You know, and I'm sitting on like 79 followers, by the way. If you haven't followed me over on Twitch, you should go do so now. Yeah. And that's the world we live in, is the fact that the way they see it, oh, but you're making, oh, but no, there's potential for you to make money off this. Oh, no, you can't have that music in there. No, absolutely not. Forget it. Pull the music. You know, we're not using the music to pull in revenue. We're using the music usually as to start a stream, or it's part of a game, which means the game has the copyright thing with it anyway. Like, they've got the permissions, but then you streaming the game then doesn't automatically entitle to you having the permissions that they have. What are you doing, bro? Who knows? Solo videos take time. I feel solo videos take a lot of practice and a lot of and a lot of effort. But the effort that you put in is entirely worth it. I'm a bit concerned that it's now 5 minutes past 9, so yes, I've been here now for an excess of 3 hours. Yeah, use no copyright sound. Well, I don't. The only time I use copyrighted music is at the start of a stream, unless I have pre-arranged one of my non-copyrighted tracks. Thank you, Hydro Produce, for making all the noise that you can possibly make. You've obviously been rejected, because that's why you'd be leaving with a fridge. Yeah. Do a collab with someone bigger. I can testify. It works. It freaking works. Does that mean that I have most of the same viewers that the Colonel does? Yes. I can more than likely guarantee you that most of my subscribership has come from him. But a lot of it also hasn't. I know that I've also pulled cold water subscribers over from Jive Turkey. The reason I know that is because my videos were actually being shown at the back end of his end slates. The issue there is I have nothing to offer said bigger channel. Everyone's got something to offer, dude. Everyone has something to offer. I have my Australianism, my care very little attitude, my absolute down to, don't beat around the bush attitude. If I think you're doing something stupid, I'll go, Colonel, that was really stupid. Like, well done, but it was dumb. You have your pedanticism, yeah, I'd agree to that. Also, depending on what that video maker's doing, you may be useful in other. Oh, so put on a completely different persona. Be a Welshman. Be Irish. Be Scottish. And my favourite town's recording. Yeah, there you go. Exactly right. I do that every now and again. I throw in a random accent to throw people off. Wow, 61 minutes. Holy crap! Can I really BS that long? Do an entire video with a Sean Connery accent. It's very easy. What you do is you move your voice around from one cheek to the other. You sound very, very, very Scottish. Do not let others dictate what you're capable of. That's just trolling. That's right. To all the people that have ever said to me that I can't do it, actually no. Okay, this is a perfect example. I'm going to use everyday life as an example. Okay, I am the sort of person that if someone tells me you can't get those trailers into that dock, first thing I turn around to them and go is, watch me. You tell me I can't do something, and I reckon I can do it, I'm going to do it. I don't give a stuff. I will do it. Why? It's not just to prove I'm wrong. It's also to prove myself right. I set my standards, and it's the same for my videos. I set my daily standards. Like, my company standard is here. Okay? I set my standards all the way up here. Why? Because I know that I am capable of achieving that standard day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When it comes to my work, that is my standard. I expect more of myself than what the company expects of me. The reason why is because I know I can do it. Why do I know? Because I've done it already. When we've never been to a particular place before, who's the first person that usually gets sent there? Why? Because I'm brutally honest. Yep, not a problem, mate. Be double friendly, knock your socks off. If I can get in there, everyone else can. If I come back and go, I wouldn't be doing that again in my life, then usually they tend to listen. I saw something there that I found interesting. Biggest issue right now is drive and motivation. Okay. I will freely admit, I was exactly the same. The grind to it, I have had more than enough times where I've said to myself, why the hell am I doing this? Like, what is my end goal? What do I want to achieve out of it? And can I tell me good lessons subscribers come and go freely? Don't worry about it. Focus on doing the best, improving. Never lose composure. Exactly right. I keep on telling myself, where do I want this to end up? Why am I doing what I want to do? Well, I'm doing it because I like doing it. I'm doing it because it's fun. What's the underlying reason of why I'm doing it? Because you can't just have that one reason. You've got to have that underlying cause. What do I want to get out of it? What do I want to get out of it? I want to be able to wake up in the morning and my commute to work be the walk to the other end of the house to go to my study and stream or record videos. Yes, my end goal out of doing this is I want to do this full time. One, so I'm there for my family at all hours of the day and night. Two, because the revenue is there. You do things well enough, people give you money. You know, dare I make it sound that simple, but it actually is. You know, my boom for my microphone and my shock mount for the microphone were basically purchased by subscribers. You know, I had 300 Australian dollars donated to me, and Australian, that's a lot of money. Okay, when you start throwing that around in, say, American dollar terms, you're already looking at about 500 American dollars. You know, I had people that were willing to go, this guy does well, I'm going to give him a slice of the pie. I'm going to give him some money because this guy's good, and I believe in what he does. And I like to believe that all 397 subscribers do exactly the same thing. Yes, and I will agree with you there. It is far more difficult. And I believe that actually works. If you've got the motivation, it works to your advantage, because that difficulty level then weeds out the people who really want to do it but aren't motivated enough to do it, and then just go, but no one will watch it. Oh, but this guy started the same time as me, and look where he is. You know, it sort of separates the boys from the men, so to speak. It separates the people who want to do it but aren't willing to put in the effort, and the people that want to do it and really, really want to achieve. I do have days where I don't want to do it. Freely, man, I have those days. I don't like those days. I hate those days. Let me just wait for the friggin' chat to actually reappear. There we go. I was earning a tiny bit before YouTube's new rules came in, but that was a number that was steadily growing. Now just small time to count. Yes. I agree. YouTube has also made it far harder for people to make money, and it's only going to get harder. That's why a lot of people, like the Colonel, for instance, say don't subscribe to him on YouTube Gaming. It's not worth it, because by the time YouTube takes their cut, it's gone. That's why he pushes Patreon to such an extent. And once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do exactly the same damn thing. But I'm only going to do it when I hit 1,000. I'm not going to do it any time before that. As much as I really want to do it right now, because the potential is there, I don't want to look like I'm that greedy. I don't want to be at 397 subscribers and say, by the way, guys, here's Patreon. I want to wait till it's at 1,000 subs. Why? Because I can offer more at that point to be able to give back to everyone else. And that's what I want to do. I want to do the Colonel. I want to be able to have that coming in so that I can give back what people are giving to me, money-wise. Like if someone, let's say someone Patreons to me for $10 a month, I want to make sure that they feel that $10 is worth it. I want to see it's worth their time. YouTube Gaming, as far as I'm aware, that's dead, or is going to be dead. Because I think YouTube realised that there was an absolute faux pas and they shouldn't have done it. Because I don't think they really thought that much through. I think they wanted to try and roll in. Yeah. Yeah, and it happens. See, those are the people that aren't doing the effort. Do they deserve to be here? Probably not necessarily. But they're there. Because they've realised that that is a way that they can do it, and they can sort of cheat their way into doing it. But yeah, it isn't an easy thing, and I'll freely admit that. I know that this grind to 500 is going to be hard. I know that the grind from 500 to 1,000, doubling my amount of subscribers, is going to be so much more difficult than even what 0 to 100 was. You know, I had people subscribing to me for years. Just every couple of weeks I'd get a notification, hey, this person subscribed to you. It was literally because of one 25-minute long video that I did that was completely unedited, completely straight off the computer. Like, it literally cut the start, cut the finish, done, upload it, to see what would happen. And that so far has been my biggest viewed video, because it still gets click through, it still gets views. It's got a shitty title. It's got a shitty description. It's got shitty tags, but it's there and it's getting recycled around, and people are still watching it. It's getting rather warm in here. I really need to go check in and see what the hell's going on, because it's now 9:15. So I am probably going to be. Yeah, I like raw footage too. Depending on how I edit it, this Transport Fever episode that'll come out probably tomorrow will be a lot of. Well, Transport Fever for me is exactly like the Colonel. It's pretty much, well, it was like the Colonel's, not these current series, there's anything to go by. One is literally trimming a little bit at the start, trimming a little bit at the finish, smash an intro there, maybe a transition here and there, smash an end slate, done, push it out. Takes about 10 minutes to edit. Simple. Because it's the sort of game that suits itself to raw footage being done. Because that's why you're there. You're there for the actual sort of the middle part of grind and building everything. So yeah, anyway guys, I've been rabbiting on for 71 minutes and I'd love to chat more. But I'll probably push that to the Discord because I need to go see what the hell's going in. So, if you're watching and you haven't liked this live stream, like it. If you're watching now and you haven't been watching this live, hit the like button. Leave a comment. If you haven't hit subscribe, hit the subscribe button and go and check out the Captain Carter Discord channel. The link for that is not down in the video description below, but you'll find it in the video description for just about every other video I have. And you can also, I believe, go up the top into the channel banner, and it should also be up there as well. Guys and girls, I've been Captain Carter. Enjoy Nexus, Magna, and Vec. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Go and join me on Discord, where we'll continue a little bit more conversation in probably the foyer. And see you guys later. Where the frick's the end button? There it is.